Cannot deny the fact that Thieves absolutely got orc slammed. I think we'll keep the TikTok stream going too. There we go. Wait, was I muted? What? Was I muted that whole time? Oh man. I think I was muted the whole time. That's rough. I don't think Envoy's gonna retire, but I definitely think that's gonna cool. That was sick, man. Another W day for the EWC, man. These matches have been insane, and it honestly doesn't even matter this single limb anymore. Nadeshot's got to be ready to sell all these people off to China. Let's even get a couple of nukes before we call it a night. What will we use today? We got Das House. I haven't seen this map in ages. Please don't say anything racist. Please don't say anything crazy. What did I join? Oh, get me out of here. I'm not playing in that, whatever that is. I am so cool in that, man. Y'all can have that. Let's see, how many people are in the Modern Warfare 3 category? I'll take Vista. Why are we voting departures for kill confirmed? The game's gonna take 10 years to complete. All right. Yo, what's good, Facts Boy? How you doing? Yo, what's up, Stefan? Yeah, it has been a while. What's up, dude? Long time no see. Yo, what's good, Anders? Where are you from? Like in America or? I'm American. I'm from America. From the great Midwestern states of Ohio.
They had 2 AFKs that just left.
He said, bruh. He's over here somewhere. I can't see him. Oh, he's in here. Nice. Do you play Free Fire? What is Free Fire? Also, wait, hold on, Stefan. I need to move this up. Besides an unknown throwing up issue you have to figure out? When you say unknown throwing up issue, are you just like vomiting constantly? What is Free Fire? I do not know Free Fire. There's somebody in there. Yeah, thank you for the new subs. I appreciate it. I don't know if those are coming in right now. Not sure what it could be. It could be food or something else. Not all the time, but every now and then. Oof. I don't think it'll be anything serious, surely. Sorry, if you don't tell me what Free Fire is, I'm gonna tweak. That's just weird. So did this just start happening out of nowhere? Get me out of there. I think somebody's gonna be in this pinch right here. Where'd my gun go? Oh, there's two right there. Play Free Fire? I don't know what it is. We are playing Modern Warfare 3. Can I donate? Sure. If you want to. Yeah, we're just okay. We're just chilling, man. We're just chasing some nukes on Modern Warfare 3. Average kills? I couldn't tell you. At least in this game anyway. I have a video that's gonna be dropping. I think either I might drop 2 videos tomorrow or 2 videos Monday. I dropped a nuke on this game again for the first time in a while. They're spawning over here. I have my full mini map up on my Twitch stream, by the way. Oh, we're gonna get the master flank here.
Killed by it. Oh my fucking god.
Oh, that kid's angry. Dark bet. Dark bet. How much kills do you have in this game right now? In this lobby? I can find out. We're at 12-1 right now. This game's kind of dead right now because everybody's moved on to a different Call of Duty. You know, they've all moved on to BO6 for a long time, but I haven't been sick recently. Not sure we'll figure it out. Okay. Oh. Yo, what's good with you, Easy EMVR? How you doing, bro? But average kills per game on MW3 now, it just depends on the day. I can't say for BO6. I kind of just stopped playing BO6 if we're being real. So I got an advanced. That little kid's angry. I enjoy playing this game though, man. This has got to be one of my favorite Call of Duties in recent years. The gunplay is just really fun. ISO 1. Advanced. Got my advanced finally. We're about to get a swarm, hopefully. Careful. I got you, bro. Just give. Oh, that little kid is angry, bro. I just got a swarm. So I'm calling it in.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you got an easy kill it out for this man. Is that him? He just left?
Is it what?
Was that him just left? Oh, I thought my MS down. Shit. Good God.
Oh, these guys are not having a good time right now. All these guys are not having a good time, bro.
They're leaving.
Yeah, they're all leaving. Honestly, we might be able to hop out of the hill and let more spawn in. Yeah, let's get out of the hard point. Screw it. Let's keep messing with these guys.
Type in chat.
You played Monster Hunter? Came back to bro Frying. Is this MW3? Yeah. EWC days are over. Jesus. The EWC day is over.
Bro, take him shot.
And so we're chilling.
You the fuck up that leaving.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Do I play Monster Hunter? I do not play Monster Hunter, but I've kind of wanted to though. I heard the new one was kind of mid.
I went offline.
Oh, dude. I was 20. I was on a 19. Catch you later, bro. Gonna nap. Be up late tonight. Hello, local stream. I appreciate you, bro. Sorry, I got kind of locked in a little bit. You ever watched the movie? There's a Monster Hunter movie. I didn't know there was a Monster Hunter movie. I don't really think it matters because there's only 3 people. It doesn't even matter, honestly. I don't have a nuke. I don't have one.
4 kills with fucking 2 fights, bro. Got nice things in the fucking world. Get over it. How many deaths do you think he has?
I have no idea, but it's gotta be in the triple negs. Gotta be triple negative. Oh. You watched it last night? It's lit. I didn't know there was a Monster Hunter movie. What's it about? Like who? Like.
Interesting choice. 4 kills. 4 and 8, bro. You useless piece of shit, bro.
Dude, that guy went 8 and 25 right now. Good Lord, Gap, dude. So I've been telling people this in a lot of my recent YouTube videos. This game basically has no skill-based matchmaking because everybody's playing Black Ops 6. All the tryhards are on BO6 right now. So, yeah. Stefan, I hope you have a good nap too, man. I'm sorry. I got so locked in right there. That's the one thing about playing games is like, I just get zeroed in, bro. Is there any way I can change this? There we go. You see me a friend request. But yeah, this game basically has like literally no skill-based matchmaking because of all the sweats being over on the other Call of Duty. So it's like, you can just go crazy in this. I'm just using this. I'm just using this for fun. I gotta check that out though. I didn't know there was a Monster Hunter movie. It's just dumb fun right now. Exactly. This game feels like what Call of Duty felt like in 2012. When did it come out? Like, is it actually good, or is it just kind of like they just did it to kind of do it? Join our party. Talk to people. I just want to talk to chat. I think it's good. I'm a big Monster Hunter fan, and damn near all of them is mid. Bro, I don't even know. All right, all of these guys want me to come play with them. Do I want to do this? I don't really want to do this. Definitely worth seeing, not like blow you away good though. Holy smokes. I think they just broke my audio. They just straight up broke my audio. I won't have my mic on that much, but I'll be here shooting.
Okay. Just calm if you try to calm, you start shooting around this and that. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha. This game's so easy now that all the tryhards are on Black Ops 6 rank play. This game's free nukes.
The tryhards on here just go for streaks and lose.
Yeah. You think it's good? How did they check it out then? Is it on Netflix?
You're a stat, bro. You're fucking horrible. Calling out in pubs.
Let me see. Let me turn this volume down a little bit. Stream's kind of laggy. Wait, this stream's laggy? Oh yeah, we got a little internet kerfuffle for a second, but we're good now. We should be.
Raven and Pixie are gonna rap, so that's why. Be prepared for that. I'll make them pay dearly.
It should be better now. Do I play on PC? Yeah, I play on PC with a SCUF reflex.
Where you from? Oh, they backed out. Great. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
We play with a SCUF reflex. Yeah, Novak, this game's fun. How'd you get into editing?
I'm on like counter.
I gotta.
I'm on counter cluster.
I actually can't hear anything because how loud this mic is for some reason. Better sound a little bit. Let me just turn this off really quick. Actually, this is fine, whatever. How did I get into editing? I started off by making videos on Star Wars Empire at War back in 2012, I think, 2012 or 13. Saw other people making videos, decided I want to try to make my own videos, film some IRL stuff, did a couple of things at school, which kind of I think influenced me a little bit. And ever since then, I've just been editing, you know? I started editing my own content. Then I got a job about 2 years ago where I worked for a company where I was making a good amount of money editing for a really shitty Minecraft YouTube channel. I say that because I hate that channel now. And otherwise, yeah, that's kind of how it really started, you know? I started off working for a company, and now I'm just a full-time creator trying to kind of make it, you know? Full-time is a little asterisk, so I'm not gonna lie, but it is what it is.
I guess and no. I mean, it's still been dog shit, but yeah, my internet's been so I'll probably my controllers.
What's your favorite game? Of all time?
It's not completely fixed. But yeah, maybe it's the servers. I don't know. Maybe it's the servers.
If we're talking all time, probably Skyrim. Probably Skyrim. It's so tedious. I have to show you my thickest is a crazy word, but I have to show you my most crazy editing project on stream when I get a chance. It's on my editing rig though. I have to like take a screenshot and upload it somewhere. Get the assist. That just scared me so bad. The Skyrim. Ever heard of Skyrim? Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. Bro, you're running in this game is so weird because of the attack sprint.
Cluster's ready. This 80 ping is hell, bro. Just do an AR.
Yeah, editing is not for the weak.
I need AR for this game. Yeah, the way this fucking recoil is doing this, bro. God damn.
Bro, he said, yo.
This shit is so bad.
Oh yeah, he's upset. I'm just gonna watch this cross.
I'll stop shooting, bro. I can't even enjoy it. This is impossible to enjoy. It's impossible to know how to do it nowadays, bro. Like, I can't.
This dude's having a rough time, man. Yo, chill.
What's up?
He said, oh, you're good at this game? I mean, I don't know if I am or if it's just because there's no more like super sweats on here for real.
I got fan blocks.
Yeah, no, editing's fun. Editing's fun than it is with fun sometimes. I think editing for yourself is a little bit more enjoyable. I think editing for yourself is way more enjoyable.
That's Jay.
No, real quick, let me lock in.
Here they come. No.
I got an advance though.
Shit.
I got greedy.
Oh, you good? You know,
Yo, what's good? Exxon? What? What's good with your brother? Just chilling, trying to go for some nukes on MW3 today.
That's you, Jay.
New account? What was your old account name? You guys getting spawn trapped? They're probably gonna be behind us, or maybe not. Get out of there. These guys are not having a good day. I shouldn't have tried that. Game name? No, like, what's your YouTube account? You say it's a new account? Were you somebody that was in here previously, or was that under the same name? I'm sorry, I have memory loss. I'm getting old. You watch football? Yeah. Probably is not as much as a couple other sports, but I watch it here and there.
Bye.
Dude. You good, player? There's literally like no skill base in this game anymore, so it's just kind of like OG Call of Duty lobbies again, which I like about it. So we can let them have some this time if we're being real.
Game like this, I wish I had like high lethals on the storm. Underground. Found me. Yeah, pussy, don't do that.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, you have. Guys, bitch ass.
Where are you from? I'm from Ohio.
Game's almost over, so I don't know.
Oh, what's the name of this game? Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. This came out last year. This is last year's COD. Uzbekistan? Oh, nice. You might be the first person I've ever met from Uzbekistan.
I got it. Wait.
Dude, there's some bots in this game now, man. Hey, yo. Hey, yo, I gotta mute these guys, man. You gotta chill. Do you like Counter-Strike?
Dog shit, man. Dog shit English.
Whoa.
16, 2 and 22. Uninstall.
I know that your country has a decent Counter-Strike scene, or a lot of people like it there. Uzbekistan. One day I want to visit countries like that, see all the old architecture and stuff, man.
Bird's off. I'll do one more run. Appreciate it for running today.
Uzbekistan in Asia? Yeah. It's funny how a lot of that continent really is just a lot of Asia, historically anyway. Russia, Kazakhstan. Well, no, I know of Kazakhstan. There are esports events that happen in Kazakhstan. There was like Counter-Strike event that happened there recently. Or are you saying all of that's part of Asia? Is that what you mean? Yep. That's all Asia. It's funny. When I used to play like Total War, like the Total War games and stuff, man. I'm still here, by the way. I'm just chilling, talking to some people.
Oh, good.
Yeah. When I used to play like Total War really opened my eyes to how much of certain areas of the world are a part of Asia. You know, like India's Asia technically.
80 ping the whole game, bro. Still dropping 30.
That's probably because I'm all the way in Ohio. That's probably messing with your ping.
Maybe, nah, that was some dog shit last 2 days, so maybe. I think it was fine. What game I beat you on? Was it Paris? I think I was fine in that game.
You gotta get fiber, brother. It's life changing.
It is.
Well, yeah.
I pay $100 a month for a gig up and a gig down from AT&T, dude. It is peak.
Sometimes I only do with my router. The service is that bad.
What router do you have?
Oh, you pay 100?
Yeah, I only pay $100. Like more like 90, but yeah.
I think mine's like 80. Mine's like 80, I think.
Yeah.
Shit, I pay 40 and I got bad too.
Wait, you've paid 40 for fiber?
For 400. Not fiber, no.
Oh.
I went to a LAN table when you said fiber.
We do from day or drive-through.
It's bait's the better map, but it's not even close.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah, no, I'm not regular in that. But the LAN makes it, the connection pretty good.
But yeah, it's crazy how many of those like different countries and stuff are technically a part of Asia. Asia is just so massive. You know? There's so many different countries I want to visit one day. And I thought paying 80, yo, I'm back, got busy. Yo, welcome back, Gage. Dude, it was some great series today. I thought paying 80 was a good deal for fiber. 80 is a good deal for fiber. That's a phenomenal deal. Especially if you're getting a gig up and a gig down. I want to see if there's a way I can get AT&T to lower it a smidge. If I was streaming on TikTok, my frame rate and my game would be playing so much better. I have this game maxed out on graphics though.
I kinda want to use a rival, but
Not supposed to, but that's what I get. Fair.
in good conscience.
How did I get both of those?
Is that any good?
Yeah, shit. I don't hate it. They're using ranks, so.
They behind us?
There's a few of my cameras spawn.
Beautiful. We're loading. Fine. Let's see. What's doing on the loading when you're hiding? Burrito, dude.
Oh, that's it?
Man.
Are they leaving the game? I shouldn't have chowed that. I should have just ran. I was already one shot. Ever hit a gig through your Ethernet cable?
Watch that.
Sometimes I hit a gig, sometimes I hit like 900 megabytes, sometimes I hit 600. It varies on a good day. But otherwise, it's like super fast. Like I can upload my really big video files in like 10 minutes, you know?
That's news. Spiking. IMF. Gucci.
Dude, that guy left the game.
I should go by Bull or Beach. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm just stunned. I just can't move. I can't run. I can't do anything.
Keep summer safe. I have argued that dude before.
Oh, these guys are in hell right now.
All beach.
Dude, we've got 7 computers connected to our internet. Me and my wife.
One more.
Oh, they keep spotting them.
Yeah, they're all there. Hold up. I just flanked the whole team.
They're on me. So some trash cans.
I've got my laptop, my wife's laptop, her work laptop, her desktop, all 3 of my desktops,
Oh my god.
phone, my iPad. I just got shit on, bro. Actually, let me stop airing out the shit that we own. Let me stop that. Just casually air my entire apartment. What am I doing? Ash Ketchum was good, bro. Why the question marks? What's up, brother? Where are these guys? Yeah, no, I don't know. If you're paying 80, you should definitely be at least getting a gig, in my opinion. I don't remember where I put this last one. Oh, listen. These guys are getting one.
I'm in an 8-kill streak and I've got 3 IMSs this leg.
Crazy.
Jesus. These guys are getting ran through right now.
Snipe, by the way.
How dare he?
Oh, they all spawn on C. Shit. Almost had another streak going.
So you only pay 80. Wait, what's your up down low speed? No, Buck. If you're still in chat, if you have more questions about editing, I'd be happy to answer.
Even on some higher, if I had a fucking advance for you, but.
Oops, that was an op.
I feel like somebody's gonna push this.
Unfortunate. You can't.
He's not happy.
Could use that shit.
I only just got it.
Oh, good?
Yeah, I would have popped it immediately if I had it earlier.
They're all
Somebody just called me a camper.
they got stuff
That was so
out.
yeah, they're gonna say this.
What, 7?
Oh, they all spawn right there.
Oh, then you died.
Oh, these guys they are hell right now. There's one behind me. Play for 2. Oh, never mind. I read that already.
Not this match.
Crazy, bro.
I know, that's all. My fault.
Yeah, it was when I said I
Oh,
won. Oh, we got fucking real far, shall we? 120, no! Oh, we got Primitive was 20 minutes earlier. We got shit on. I got it, bro. I got it.
Oh, thank you. I'm a 14.
dude, these guys are not having a good time right now.
I got
These guys are not having a good time, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop off, man. Shit. I was trying to shoot it again,
I'll take the slammage.
but... Going A-side, bro.
Oh,
On a stand.
Teammates got the hard point. Teammates got the hard point. Teammates got the hard point, please. I got your flank.
Thank you.
these guys have not left the game yet. It's actually kind of impressive.
Teammates got the hard point, please. Teammates. Low level fucking Superman, bro. Actual fucking speds.
Whoa.
I'm on a 25 to...
Oh, too late. But the easy team is on the fucking hard point.
Oh man,
9, 20 what? Let's see.
those guys got ran. Why didn't he get off the hard point? I'll go back and cut someday. I mean, I would say just wait till the next one if you want. I don't think you're really gonna miss anything with BO6 at this point. We got the new season coming up, which looks like it's gonna bring a new map. That dude went 8 and 33. 13 and 55 is crazy. 13 and 55 is insane. One of those guys went 13 and 55.
Somebody swept at the end, going fucking 1 and 2.
Yeah, for some reason they just won't get off of the hard point.
We're up to real points. I can't even fucking mess with my fucking players medic glitch. You could have used about that shit. You got 4 faster than that. No, that fucking Vaznik though.
Are you guys still playing?
I'll do one more.
Heck yeah.
Was that you in the mic last game?
I didn't release my mic last game, no.
Oh, I gotta put the UAV on. That's not good.
I'm voting Grime. I'm not playing Stash House Hardpoint.
You still rocking Cruise?
Nope. Not for this map.
I'm not turning this music out of my ears, bro. How do I do this?
I'll
Suppose.
I did not want to hear any more music.
sorry, Cal, that's why I have it on. So
Not gonna lie.
like that shit.
I just don't want to turn it off of the stream.
Clinic's gonna just go for streets.
We can deal with that pretty easily.
I wish you told me that before. It's alright. SAU will probably work temporarily.
Who's Premic? Got some legends over here.
Ooh, Obsidian looks good on the MTZ.
I get stuck. Already on it.
Historical's a ranked play. It's pretty decent.
I've never heard of any of these people before.
Get shit on twice, buddy.
Doing it. He's weak.
Got him.
10 shots, bro.
Oh my god. That dude definitely thinks I'm cheating.
I'm gassed. I can't fucking push.
Yeah, her team was there. We got a few.
Next is outside.
There's two
If this guy's the same one, what is this? It's a lobby of actual sweats? What's happening?
I'm here.
Hearing chickens and shit in my ear?
Alright, let's try to win this.
Duh. We got 5 shed. We're gonna cap.
Another
See
one
what the fucking
slides.
spread. See what the fucking spread, bro. New York is actually-
Alright, I gotta mute him, bro. He gotta stop saying that. He's gonna get me banned on TikTok.
His name is correct. The Hysterical's one of those MCW sweats.
He's losing his mind.
I said he's a sweat.
But for nothing, fucking bots.
Alright, I gotta beat these guys. They're yelling way too much for my liking. I don't even know who these people are. Who cares? Where did this guy come from, man? Yo, Gage, you gotta buy a SCUF controller, man. A split spawns. Is he cheating? I don't know. That was kind of weird. He was just extremely ready for me to round that corner. I know a teammate died there though, but still. I'm getting shit on this game. This hysterical guy does not miss. This hysterical dude is always ready to shoot. Did he see me? Nice on a cross. This guy is so ready. I don't like this guy. It just doesn't even look like that from my POV. Chill, bro. You kind of railing through right now. Yo, gas grenades are staying on Call of Duty's Legacy. He just shoots before I even peek the corner. I think he's cheating. Like, he shoots before I can even step around the corner. I'm starting to think that guy's cheating, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know, something sus about that guy. I don't like the way he plays, something's weird about that guy. I don't know. Chat, I'm gonna grab some water really quick. Actually, wait, I wanna ask this guy's question. I think that hysterical guy was cheating, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, there were a few moments where I thought his kills were sad.
Something was really weird about the way he's playing.
Oh, he's playing on a PC. He's playing on a PC.
Back out. I don't want to fight this guy again. I think he's cheating.
Yeah, back out, please.
Crosshair. Oh, he's muted. Crosshair, back up.
Yeah, back out.
Yeah, back up.
Alright.
Didn't you get turned on in the two-piece?
Best. Hey, yo, back out. I don't want to play this guy. I think he's cheating.
And still choking got turned on?
If you're not gonna leave the game, I'm just backing out. I'm not staying in there. Like, stop fighting, arguing with a guy on an old Call of Duty. Who cares? I'm not staying in the lobby with that sweaty cheater. Like, that dude's. Even if he isn't cheating, I don't want to play that guy again. I'm good on that. He's ready for every single gunfight. He doesn't lose gunfights. I'm cool on that, man. It's just weird about the way that guy plays. He's over here arguing with him. Like, who cares? It's all COD. Get over it. This game came out in 2023, technically. Here's a shit. I'm not standing there arguing with some guy. I'm pulling that, man. I ain't got nothing to prove. This is a whole game. I'm just here for fun now. What the? I'm just here for fun now, man. Not to argue with people. I feel like you're going out of games at the moment, more watching than playing. I feel that. I feel the same way. It's like, I think the problem is there's too many video games. Is that a bad take? Is that a bad take? I feel like there's too many video game options nowadays. There's just so many choices. He's over here arguing with people. Oh God, who gives a rat's ass? The guy's playing sus. This dude's got a riot shield with dual shotties. Forgot that has music right there. Okay. Yeah, only got 3 people on our team. Chat, I'm gonna grab some water really quick. Be right back. All right, I'm back. What did I miss? Yeah, I just enjoy playing this game a lot. This Call of Duty in particular was one of my favorites in recent times. Also, chat, I moved my other setup behind me now. And we're using my Osmo Pocket 3 as a webcam. Yo, what's up, Six? Have to see you in these neck of the woods in a minute. Didn't think that was gonna hit me. I'm the king of leaving games. I'm the king of leaving games, bro. I'll leave a game in a heartbeat if it looks like we're just even remotely getting just railed. Cool. That was the exact same game, by the way. Look, man. If you tell me I'm about to get slammed the moment I join a game, I'm out of there. Yo, TikTok, thank you for the 1,400 likes, by the way. I got TikTok tried to say that. I like how TikTok tried to say that there's no activity on my stream. They just tried to say there's no activity on my stream, so they made me do a puzzle. What am I eating? Some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Yeah, I'm being a big bag right now, forgive me. This is the ugliest skin I've ever seen in a video game, bro. I can't wait till COD's done with these colorful Fortnite looking skins, bro. Shit just looks awful. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Today does not feel like a Saturday. I don't know what it is, but like I've had like mental like time dilation for the last like week, bro. Yesterday didn't feel like Friday, feel like Thursday. Look at my brain damage. Like it generally hasn't felt like the right like week or day. In like a full like week now. How'd I get that? Oh my god, he's just sitting in a corner. Wow. I'm gonna shoot through this really loudly. I knew he was probably gonna push me when he saw the other teammate run up. I'm so scared of these melee guys, man. Yeah, I'm surprised at how much I really like grew to love MW3. Like, I already liked it. I always liked it, but I've really grown to really like it. What the? Back away from over here. He's over here somewhere. That absolute monster's just running around with a damn sword, bro. I can't wait to drop my nuke video. No, did I get the advance? I didn't get it. Bro, that sucks. Stupid ass sword, bro. Get out of here. This is a weird lobby. I haven't really had any luck though with like potentially dropping a nuke or anything today. Yesterday though, bro, we got a shoot house lobby. That was unbelievable. One of the best lobbies I think I've ever seen in Call of Duty history. Also, chat, we're probably not going to keep this stream going for much longer. I want to go actually make real food and not just smash on a little mini bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Dude. I love how that flak jacket just does not work in this game for explosives. Actually, I have a compression plate, don't I? Never mind. That was one of the most annoying games I've ever played in my life. Oh man, eating cereal. Okay, all right, Mrs. I don't want to hear any more about Tyler. Okay, pal. Chat, should we watch a YouTube video really quick in the night? Find a good YouTube video, post it up. I think I've had my fill for this game for the day. I don't care about her. That's because you're a hater. It's okay to admit you're a hater. You know. Come on now. I think I'm going to end the TikTok stream though because they're funny about stuff. So TikTok folks, thanks for hanging out tonight. I appreciate you. Chat, we should throw up a YouTube video. Chill. I've been looking at a lot of World War II history videos. Dude, this looks crazy. Let's see, what's a good video we can watch? What is this? I went to France because I'm bored, then I went home. Did he not take anything with him? Okay. Is this all he does? Have no enemies? What is this shit, bro? All right. That's funny. Let's get a YouTube video we can watch. Octane and Enable heartbroken after 100 thieves lose to Optic. I did kind of want to watch this video, poisoning millions. What's in Delhi's food supply? British versus Americans. I've been watching this vlog channel, or seeing these vlogs pop up.
Some bitching over a tiny 3% tax. Not that big a deal, but whatever. This shit'll be easy.
What the actual fuck? Where the hell are they? Unless they're lined up 10 feet in front of me wearing bright blue uniforms, I can't see them. These guys are such assholes. What kind of a dickhead doesn't line up in a straight line and patiently take turns shooting one another?
Sir, these colonials are worse than gonorrhea. They hide behind trees and pick us off while we pass through single file wearing bright red. As you would know, Corporal, even though we're the superpower of the world, we still don't know how to counter this ingenious tactic of hiding behind trees.
God damn, we've been here 8 years and are just getting our shit pushed in. These boys weren't kidding, they really do hate taxes.
Okay, this is our last stand. We may have a chance if we just... Nope. Shit. Never mind, those ass-smelling French are here. I'm here in place of Cornwallis, because apparently he's really sick today, to deliver terms of surrender to that giant stud right there.
That's funny. I've watched so much World War II content lately that there's so much shit just popping up now that makes my entire homepage look sus. Squidward invades Iraq. What is this? Oh no. I've never thought about how freaky it would be to have 4 legs. Yes, this speaks to my soul. This is very America. Jesus. I still can't believe they retired the 810 Warhog. Cool. Well, I don't know why we're seeing all this shit. 12 times streamers save people lives. I don't watch that. It's probably going to be unfortunately weird. The most German men in the world. AI is getting insane. Like, this shit is nuts, bro. I generally can't believe this is real sometimes.
What do you do for fun?
Fun is weakness. I wrestle bears before breakfast.
How many wines have you had?
Let's just say, I'm currently worshipping Dionysus very thoroughly.
What's the secret to a good harvest?
Talk to your trees, but don't let your neighbors hear you.
What inspires your plays?
Mostly spite,
And occasionally wine.
but mostly spite.
What do you see in my future?
You'll eat lunch, then trip on a goat.
How's the sea today?
Calm, which means Poseidon's planning something.
What do you do all day at the temple?
Pray, sacrifice, repeat. Occasionally dodge lightning.
Why are all your vases naked?
Because clothes are hard. And butts sell.
It is actually insane how good AI is. That's actually crazy, bro. How is AI getting this advanced? The most intense anime opening of 20. What is this shit? What is this? This is all AI apparently. Bro, what? Looks like a school gang arc. This is AI? Bro, we are fucking cooked. Maybe we're not cooked. You can tell this is AI. But it's still insane, bro. Hey, yo! Bro, why did it turn into Attack on Titan? Dude, what is this shit, bro? What is this shit, man? What is this? This is a different one? This shit's crazy, bro. Is the song AI 2? Oh, Jesus, man. I gotta stop looking at World War II stuff on my main account, though. It just makes my shit look sus. I didn't declare my history. Now I'm just getting recommended AI shit. I already hate it here. Wait a minute. Wait. Let me clear my history. I absolutely despise I'm getting just recommended a shitload of AI content now. That's not acceptable. You watch a show like this? Hey, man. Give it a couple years.
Two things we get every day.
AI is gonna tweak. Just give it a couple of years, okay? Let's see, what's trending? A real person? Dude, nobody's gonna have the balls to make that show. As insane as it would be to see, I don't think anybody's gonna have the balls to make that. The most watched football match ever after the World Cup final. With Kim and Donald. Oh, dude, I wanted to watch this earlier. I just completely missed out on it.
Rise. Turn the volume up and enjoy. The sprint race is underway. Perfect launch off the line for Oscar Piastri. That's the first bit done. Max Verstappen will angle the car. He tries to get the wide line and then he will try and...
Yo, I can't believe people drive shit like this, bro. That's actually crazy when you think about it.
Well, look how close Norris is, but he
hey, look how fast they're moving, bro.
Verstappen. It's Verstappen who charges up behind Piastri, and Leclerc's about to do something pretty tasty on the brakes there around the outside as well.
To really get into the sport a little bit more. It's just so crazy to me watching people just drive crazy fast ass cars, man. Why the 25 biggest American cities exist? I feel like that'd be a good video. Oh, there was another YouTuber I subbed to recently. What was his name? It might be on my other channel. Oh, so we're shooting up subs over here, baby. Let's go. There's like Cole something. Cole Hastings. This dude has really good videos. Why Gen Z is terrified of intimacy.
Men in your 20s, avoid getting a girlfriend unless you meet a unicorn that alters your life.
You know, quickly, as a fine babe in Christ, like, why settle when it comes to men?
Wait.
3 huge red flags to look out for.
All right, wait. This is actually, I think this is gonna be a good one. So much so that I want to record and react to it, low key. All right. This video is titled "Why Gen Z is Terrified of Intimacy." I don't know why. This just seems like it was gonna be interesting.
Men in your 20s, avoid getting a girlfriend unless you meet a unicorn that alters your life.
You know, quickly, as a fine babe in Christ, like, why settle when it comes to men?
3 huge red flags to look out for on girls you never want to date.
Because I know some of you women out here have been making these men so spoiled.
Well, I think the problem right off the rip is the fact that everybody wants perfection. You know, nobody's really willing to work with people because everybody has some kind of problem or baggage to a degree, and nobody wants to work through anything. Everybody wants perfection, like perfect. You cannot have a single issue wrong with you.
Here we are. 63% of men and 34% of women in the US between the ages of 18 to 29 report being single. Roughly 6 in 10 single adults say they are not looking for a relationship or dates, and an estimated 1 in 3 young adults living today will never get married. If you're in your teens or even your 30s, it probably seems obvious to you why this is the case. As women now collect nearly 60% of bachelor's degrees and the income gap narrows, they can support themselves much easier and have the opportunity to be more selective with the potential partners they choose. On top of that, dating apps, which are now the most common way young people find relationships, leave little room for anyone who doesn't know how to optimize their profile, even if they're attractive and confident in real life. And of course,
that's another thing too, man. We're trying to sell each other. That's another problem. That thing said looking for long term but open to short. Like that, everything's treated like algorithm now. That's crazy.
a lot more of our time is now spent alone, which lowers the chances of us meeting someone we genuinely connect with. But those aren't the aspects I want to focus on today. Today, I want to talk about this underlying fear of being intimate that I've observed amongst a lot of Gen Z. Based on the general feelings of both the people I've talked to in real life and online, it's clear to me that Gen Z is terrified of getting close to someone.
Terrified is an understatement.
Potentially getting hurt. So let's explore where that fear came from and how it's affecting everybody's ability to find a partner, because it might just be the most important factor we need to consider if we want to repair this worsening dating crisis. There are two archetypes we need to create and dissect if we want to get to the bottom of this: the irrationally fearful and the rationally fearful. The person who is irrationally fearful of dating has never been in a serious relationship before.
Facts.
They may have given their fair share of attempts in the dating scene and gotten close to an official relationship, but due to their infrequent, unsuccessful experiences, they've decided that pursuing this any further is too risky or not worth it. Conversely, the rationally fearful has a concrete reason for fearing intimacy. They've been in relationships in the past, opened up, and gotten their heart broken, whether that was through getting dumped, cheated on, or abused. Now, obviously, both of these archetypes exist to varying degrees in real life. You probably identify—
That's basically like people have gone through something and now they're scared to actually like have that happen again, so they're afraid to pursue anything. Which makes sense. I know a lot of people that have dealt with stuff like that before. That is something I think that kind of gets past. It's like you've been through a lot. Things are already weird in the scene anyway, and now you have to risk it like happening again. I get that. I get that.
With one of the two, or maybe even both of them. But what's really changed are the narratives being fed to them and how that affects their ability to develop and find a relationship in the future. In the past, when either archetype was scared to put themselves out there and find a potential partner, one of two approaches would happen. The first, and probably more common, was that eventually they'd get peer pressured enough to do it even if they weren't really ready yet.
Yep.
Someone close to them, whether a friend or family member, would either force them to find a good partner or teach them how to maturely move through their fears and stop being so scared of whatever gender they were attracted to. Now, did this approach lead to a lot of poor marriages that probably should have never happened?
100%.
Yes. When it was more socially taboo to not be married by the time you reached your 30s, such as the baby boomer era, the divorce rates in America reached an all-time high. And from this perspective, the fact that there's less of a taboo around forcing yourself to be with someone who you might find out later is manipulative or abusive is a net positive. And
yeah,
this is
that's a
one of the
positive.
things that is actually good about the modern dating scene, is that people are really waiting to find the right person and to make sure they're mature enough to get into a relationship, to be able to work through it, and to get to the point where maybe they get married. And I think that's part of the reason why we're now seeing some of the lowest divorce rates we ever have. But still, even through that inherently broken approach, a lot of people found their person, a person they never would have found had they been given the opportunity to stay scared forever.
Yeah.
And that's not me justifying the peer pressure approach. It's me stating the rare, unlikely outcome of it sometimes working, because it will be relevant later in the video. The second approach one of the archetypes might have used was how they saw relationships play out around them in real life. Depending on how ideal those examples were and what the people closest to them that they trusted told them about how to find a relationship and treat their partner, they changed their beliefs about relationships and, as a result, changed themselves. And this led to many of them pursuing and creating a relationship they might not have otherwise. This approach also produced mixed results. If they grew up watching their parents in a really terrible relationship, or they just had friends who could get into relationships but treated their partners like trash and that gave them bad advice, then they could have found themselves in shitty relationships sometimes. But again,
that is so true. It's one of those product of your environment kind of things. And if you grow up watching nothing but chaos, you're going to be a very, very chaotic person, which is a little unfortunate, but that's what happens, man.
And pushing through those initial fears that every young person has when it comes to relationships, I believe was more common due to this approach. So in other words, no matter what approach was acted upon by the two archetypes, the driving influences almost always came from someone in real life who was already in a relationship.
Makes sense.
Those were the narratives they followed. Now, let's contrast that with today's youth. What each archetype is being fed is the same idea, but how it influences their pursuit of future relationships and their mindset toward relationships is slightly different.
The projection bubble?
With a single concept. The projection bubble augmentation.
Okay.
Sorry, I know you're probably thinking, what the hell does that even mean? And to that I say, I just wanted to make it sound mysterious and cool so you would feel compelled to keep listening. It will make more sense soon. But first, I want to talk about today's sponsor, David. I usually find it very hard to...
No disrespect to the sponsors over at David.
Is the most likely to create content centered around dating. Let me ask you this. What demographic is the most likely to create content centered around dating advice? And what demographics dating advice is the most likely to get heard by the greatest amount of people? Well, unlike in the past, where the answer to that question usually was people who are already married or in relationships, the biggest influencers now are the influencers. And these influencers online usually have little to no dating experience, really terrible dating advice, or both.
A lot of you asked me how you can become more mysterious, so here's how. The easiest thing to do is to reduce exposure so she doesn't see you all the time. It's even better if you just had an amazing date and then you disappear for a while until she messages you.
The question you might be wondering...
That is a horrible idea. If you had a good connection with her and you stopped talking to her out of the blue, that doesn't make you look mysterious. It makes you look like a dumbass. You just look like a psychopath. That is some of the worst advice I have ever heard in my life.
Is why? Why is it that the low quality content from inexperienced influencers that only makes you more fearful and untrustworthy of the people you're attracted to is the content that is most popular? This is where the concept of projection bubbles augmenting comes into play. You see, whether we're consciously aware of it or not, all of us are committing confirmation bias every day of our lives.
100%.
This is when we subconsciously seek out information that favors our pre-existing beliefs or values while downplaying or dismissing any contradictory information. For example, let's say Archetype 1 tries to ask a girl out and they get rejected. And because they don't have any positive role models in their life, that rejection forms the belief in their head that something is wrong with them and they are not worthy of being loved. Due to this, they might turn to social media and search, why do I keep getting rejected? And guess what the first video they decide to click on?
It's gonna be some stupid alpha male video.
1% of men, you're gonna get rejected and she's not gonna respect you. It could have been the case that within this video, there might have been some genuinely good advice. Like taking care of yourself shows other people that you have respect for yourself and take life seriously, which makes you more desirable. But Archetype 1 let that advice slip in one ear and out the other.
Well, yeah, because if they're desperate and they're looking for information on why they get rejected, they're not really looking at the true advice itself. They're just looking for an immediate answer to like whatever their situation is, you know?
Instead, they only focused on the words that confirmed how that rejection made them feel about themselves. It confirmed that they're not good enough to find a relationship. Now let's go over an example with Archetype 2. Maybe Archetype 2, after getting cheated on, goes to social media to try to find out why they got cheated on or how to get over it. The advice they listen to? You are what you attract. If you got cheated on, it's because you're not at the point in life yet where you can attract someone who doesn't cheat on you. AKA, you're not good enough.
Oh, that's a terrible piece of advice.
Stories of other people getting cheated on, further confirming their bias that most people aren't trustworthy. And as many of you already know, there are cheating stories aplenty on social media. Not only are we biased to seek out information that confirms what we already believe, but humans also tend to have a bias toward negative information.
Oh, 100%.
So when cheating gets posted 9 times out of 10, more people are going to engage with it over a post of a happy couple.
Dude, that is an internet issue. That is an internet issue in a nutshell. People are so excited to be negative, but when it comes to something positive, it does not get the same gas ever. But when it comes to something negative, bro, people are on that, man. That is an internet issue, and like just in general. People don't gas positivity. They hype up the negative stuff. This happens all the time, man. That's a big issue with the internet. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, look at the happy, cute couple. Like, people like drama. That's the thing. Like, humans are a dramatic species. We like drama. We like chaos. We like seeing things in disarray because we want to figure out ways to, you know, to give our opinions on why X thing went wrong or whatever, you know. But we don't like the idea of finding a solution, you know. People just like arguing. People like drama. They like debating. They like proving their points right. Somebody get cheated on. Oh, I could have seen that coming. Like, that's something that people will say, you know. Why does the guy's mouth not follow his words? It could just be bad syncing.
For forcing it into even more people's algorithms. But here's where it gets even more interesting, because it turns out that the influencers peddling this garbage advice hold the same beliefs as one of the two archetypes, which is why they make content centered around this advice.
Yep.
In other words, they're just as fearful of intimacy as their
They're just as insecure, yep.
So this is the projection bubble augmentation. Young, good-looking people projecting their own struggles they've had in dating are the ones making the most amount of low-quality relationships.
All of these guys look like they're insecure about something, by the way. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it's as clear as day. All of these guys have never probably had good relationships with women. You can just tell.
Relationship advice on the internet, which the archetypes flock to since it confirms their pre-existing projections. And through this, both the creator and the consumers reinforce each other's behaviors through their engagement. When creators see that this type of content does well, they are more likely to make that content in the future, especially if there's tons of comments in those videos from the archetypes encouraging them that they're right, and that the same thing has happened to them. It's a symbiotic relationship where the creator doesn't know how to heal, but has confirmation from the archetypes that they should keep posting this low quality content and therefore not heal, which then leads the archetypes to not heal too and become ever more fearful of relationships. This bubble augments and augments until eventually it even starts reaching people teetering on the outskirts of the archetype, the ones who still have hope but need more guidance on how to improve. You might be able to relate to being on the outskirts here. Have you ever had trouble in a relationship and you initially thought that something must be wrong with you and you just need to improve and you hadn't yet given up on relationships? Maybe you thought to yourself,
does he have something in his nose? I can't stop looking at it now.
Oh, there's someone out there for me. I just need to keep going. But then you heard enough advice about how you need to have your whole life together before you start dating, or a bunch of horror stories about people getting abused and cheated on, and you became extremely averse to any sort of closeness between you and someone else. That's how dangerous these bubbles can be.
Yep, I agree.
One of the most vivid examples of how dangerous this
I'm gonna pause this really quick. That's actually such a good point. You could be teeter-tottering on the edge of it, and then you just start seeing more and more of this content because it's the most popular thing out there when it comes to this relationship stuff. It was good, bro. Your name is the same, by the way. You start seeing more and more of this kind of content because that's what's most popular and it gets pushed out to you. You're going to start thinking like, maybe I need to actually listen to it. You know, other people are listening to it.
Perhaps one of the most vivid examples of how dangerous this can be is seen in YouTuber The Wizard Liz. Liz is known for her content about building confidence, manifestation, and attracting your dream life, which has grown her channel to over 8 million subscribers.
Jeez.
But she also occasionally makes advice for women, specifically on how to attract a rich man who spoils you.
Also, if you have a man that's constantly showing off how much wealth he has to you, or how much he has, ask him to transfer it to you.
I kind of consider this content like the red pill, but for women. They share a lot of the same internal values, like dating multiple people at once, trying to seem mysterious and get the person you're attracted to be competitive and try to work for you, but the end result is just slightly different. However, that's not even what I want to focus on as it pertains to...
What is this? This is why Gen Z is terrified of intimacy. I'm trying to understand this generation more and why they suck at dating. I'm not a part of this generation. I'm a millennial, man.
You're attracted to be competitive and try to work for you, but the end result is just slightly different. However, that's not even what I want to focus on as it pertains to this video. What I want to focus on is her recent marriage scandal. If you don't know about this, Liz was on a layover in Athens and a former Fortnite content creator by the name of Landon MC forgot his bag where Liz was sitting, somehow in the same airport in Athens. If that coincidence...
You are not gay? What are you talking about? I have a whole wife. What? What's the question?
This wasn't weird enough. They ended up exchanging contact information. Then Landon goes on to tell her he feels like he manifested her, and within 36 hours of knowing her, tells her he loves her and he knows that he's going to marry her.
Who said I love you first?
Oh my god, I told this what's a creature?
Creature. This thing over here.
I told this woman that I loved her within 36 hours of knowing.
That's
her.
not a good
First
thing,
off,
man.
if Liz, who presents herself as this relationship expert, couldn't see the issues within all of that, then what does that
That's
say
a
about the validity
that's a
of her
problem right
advice?
there.
But it gets
I don't care what anybody says, bro. You cannot love somebody after knowing them for 36 hours. I don't care what kind of spiritual connection you think you have, what kind of mental lock it. No, you can't love somebody after knowing them for a day and a half. That's insane.
Within a year of them being married, Landon admits to have cheated on her after he already got her pregnant, and they end up getting divorced. Yeah, the whole story is pretty damn crazy.
What?
And the last video she posted is a Q&A with him where they're both giving some incredibly ironic advice.
It's not a good partnership if the person is going to choose someone else over you. Like that defeats the whole point. But forgiveness is a big thing. So if you have ever had a trust issue come up, you got to learn how to forgive and work through that. Otherwise,
What? Wait, so bro cheats on her. Bro cheats on her and talks about forgiveness. If you ever have a trust issue come up, you got to know about forgiveness. You got to learn how to get over it. What? That makes no sense. Yo, what's up, KK? How you doing with your big head? You have a friend? What do you mean? So wait a minute. So bro marries her, cheats on her. They have this. Wait, that is insane. Talking about somebody else talking about choosing your whoever you're dating, choosing someone over you is crazy.
it's not a good partnership if the person is going to choose someone else over you. Like that defeats the whole point.
But he cheated on her. That is insane to say. Bro, what?
Forgiveness is a big thing. So if you have ever had a trust issue come up, you got to learn how to forgive and work through that. Otherwise, that'll just turn into crippling insecurity that you suffer with.
Depends what the trust issue was.
Now, I'm not bringing this up to say it's Liz's fault she got cheated on. Of course it
I just got back to the crib. Oh yeah, you over there in LA living it up in the sun. You just got off work. I think it's crazy to tell people advice on trust issues or whatever, and you're the one that cheated on your wife, bro.
It's not. But if you claim
that's
to have
insanity.
the amount of relationship knowledge you do, knowledge that gets pushed out to millions of people, and the way that Landon was moving didn't raise your eyebrows, I'm not sure I can consider you qualified to give this type of advice. And yet,
She's just as much of a dummy as he is, bro. He's a piece of garbage for cheating on her, and she's a dummy for being a relationship expert and then doing a video with the guy that cheated on her after getting her pregnant. That is psychopath. That's insane. That's crazy. Over my dead body, would you ever see me on the internet standing beside the person who cheated on me? Bro, I'm hungry. Go eat some meat, man. Go get some meat.
these types of people are the exact types of people that many young people are now
and people will look up to this
as gospel. The way her audience responded to this is extremely telling of the relationship they had with the Wizard Liz and with themselves. You give an ugly guy a chance, he thinks he rules the world. Billie Eilish. You made him special, Liz. Now he's nothing but an average guy. Some people want to be close to you, to copy your magic. Liz. Notice how she is looking at him lovingly, and he is looking at the camera / himself. Basically, none of the top comments are criticizing Liz on her choice to say yes to a guy who said he loves her 36 hours after meeting her.
Now, I gotta admit, she's brain dead for that, too. They're both morons. I'm not gonna lie. Both of these people are crazy. You say yes to a marriage to a person that said they loved you after knowing you for 36 hours? And you talk about relationships and red flags? Bro, come on, man. Come on, man. Common sense, lady. Like, I'm not saying like she's necessarily in the wrong for the situation, but at the same time, you gotta admit, it's insane. You gotta admit that's insane. You're stupid enough to marry a person that said they loved you after knowing you for a day and a half. I'm telling you right now, that was all that's like 30 red flags. That's 36 red flags, one for every hour.
They idolize Liz. And since they idolize her, this creates another dangerous outcome when influencers go through heartbreak. The idolizers and archetype followers start to think, if this person can't find love, then there's absolutely no chance I will. And all of this gender is disgusting.
My fucking god, I'm literally shaking. Like, fuck men at this point. Literally.
This is the part that's such a big problem, man. This is a really big problem. People idolize these people. These are just normal people with a platform. They're not anything special. They just have a following. And people think these people are magical. If you have to go on the internet like this lady right here and do a rant for an entirely different person getting cheated on, a person you don't know, you're part of the problem too, man. Like, come on. People treat these kind of like people with big platforms as like they're gods or something, you know? I've always said that I want people to, you know, I want to grow big and become a successful creator, but I don't want people to idolize me to this degree. I blame the parents, not facts. That's facts. I don't know what you're talking about. This is Sam, but we're on a different subject right now. Not Messi's, wait, Messi won the 2022 World Cup. It doesn't matter how bad he did. It doesn't even matter. But yeah, this is a problem. People idolize these guys. They go on the internet to defend these people. Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. They weren't raised with their parents, and now they look up to any and everyone they can. That's facts. These people don't know. They don't. These kids don't understand that these people, at the end of the day, are just people. You know, they treat them like they're above everything else, and that's such a problem, man. Like to this day, I've had my opinions on, we're not talking any of that. To this day, I have never once gone on the internet and ran it in defense of a big creator, except maybe Corey Kenshin. Because Corey Kenshin, he got, they dragged that man through the mud in 24 hours for no reason. That was the first time in a while I'm like, hold on, man, like, what are we doing here? But yeah, this is a problem with this younger audience, man.
Fuck men. Men literally have no bounds.
Iran or Israel, brother, keep anything related to that out of my chat. That's all I'm gonna say.
Really, this is just another deceptive way for these types of people to live in fear of being in a relationship. There's this really good take from the creator Katrina Liu, who explains this concept well in her video about Liz.
People are idolizing Liz and saying things like, oh my god, she's such a goddess, she seems to have it all, so if a woman like her gets cheated on, it means that I'm probably doomed, that I've lost hope in love, and men will never be loyal to me. Here is the thing. Idolization is an ego trick.
Yep.
It is a way we try to soothe our own fear,
yep,
our own imperfections, by placing someone else on a pedestal. Because if they seem too perfect, then you would think that perfection is possible. If they fall, we get to give up too. But that is not growth, that is escapism.
Basically, Liz's failed relationship was the perfect confirmation bias that archetypes 1 and 2 used to fuel their already low self-worth. They convinced themselves that because these people have had some success with dating or share a relatable trauma from their past and carry themselves with such confidence, they must be the version of themselves they could become if only they were as smart or
This dude looks terrified to look her in the eye, bro. I can say this as a man. If you are absolutely not staring at her, you know you're in the wrong. I know this. I've done this before. I've made this face. Not for anything this severe, but if you're trying not to look your lady in the eye, or the lady you were with previously, you know you're in the wrong, bro.
Assured as they
all
are,
the time.
What really happened here isn't that the idolizers are mourning Liz's relationship. They are mourning their own hope and turning someone else's failure into evidence that they should stop trying in order to protect themselves. This sort of idolization and personableness with influencers and our ability to see all the goings-on of so many relationships online of random people is not something that has ever existed at the scale it does now. Now we're micro-analyzing anything someone does and comparing it to what that influencer tells us and interpreting it as a red flag, when really it...
Three early red flags in women. Passive jokes. See, I'm gonna say this too. People are hypersensitive now. You can't say anything, you can't do anything, you can't crack a funny, no dark humor. Everybody takes everything so serious. Can't beat your children no more. This is what you get. Jesus. I don't know if that'll solve it. That kind of also causes a lot of relationship issues, but that was funny.
Might just be some natural flaw every human has. We're promoting reality TV shows where a bunch of people are just flipping through options and treating other humans as
but we've always done this, to be
objects in order
fair.
to find a partner. We're saying, I'm working on myself, when really that's just a cover-up for the debilitating loneliness we feel.
Yep.
We're told to protect our peace, when really we're desperate for attention, but afraid of what happens when someone...
I am physically cringing watching this guy do this, bro. Anytime somebody says protect your peace and they just vibing in their car for a YouTube video, bro, it just makes me want to cringe.
What happens when someone gets too close again? And we deliberately listen to the red pill guru's advice about never being too needy, staying silent, and choosing emotionally unavailable people over the grounded relationship advice of a married person as a way to mask our fear of intimacy. It's projections, reinforcing projections, reinforcing projections. And anyone who has been even minimally hurt and hasn't been taught how to properly heal is absolutely terrified of becoming the next relationship horror story. And I get it, trust me, I've been there. I've had people do things to me that would have made more sense in a dramatic romance novel than in real life. Things I could have never fathomed. It's so easy to escape that pain through confirming stories online about how men or women are naturally unloyal and manipulative, or to...
It's like people don't know how to just let go sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like we gotta have a solution to everything. When hurt, growth, or, you know, like you said, Keiki, like there's nothing wrong with getting hurt. It's how you learn and grow. That's a part of life, man. You're gonna get your feelings hurt all the time. But if your first thing to do is run to the internet and just basically confirm you're either right or you're not good enough, like one of those two options, you're never gonna grow from it, man. You're gonna take that advice to heart and never actually change for the better. We've all been hurt. I've been hurt before. I made some stupid decisions when I was a teenager when it came to dating, and I, to this day, am still mildly cringe and scarred about some of the decisions I made when I was younger. Nothing crazy, but I feel like when I was younger, I could have handled certain relationship situations better. But that was, you know, 15, 16, 17, so it's whatever, right? But we all go through things, do things, say things we don't mean by accident, or, you know, things that change the dynamic in a relationship. We're supposed to grow from it, man. But if you just run to the internet and they're looking for advice from all of these people that have never grown to be better people either, they worship the not me though, man. Not me though. A man knows it's better than to hurt me. They worship the ground I walk on. Hey, if my friend Killswitch proved anything, he proved that you're right about that. That brother was starving. I don't know what he's been up to these last couple of years, but that brother was starving. He didn't even see your face. He just heard your voice. So you might be onto something.
Push anyone away in the future that gets close to you, or to give up on the idea of relationships completely. But you have to understand that the healing you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding. So what does the proper healing look like? And how do you escape the trap of falling into a projection bubble augmentation? Well,
hey man, wanted you.
Most obviously, you should always be skeptical of a young person giving relationship advice on the internet who doesn't have a successful relationship track record. And I swear that's not me. I swear I have 10 years of...
If you are single, giving advice to other people about how to have a successful relationship, I mean, the joke writes itself. Come on, man.
Relationship experience, and now I'm married, but you can still be a little skeptical of my advice, of course. If you find yourself watching this type of content, ask yourself, why am I so attracted to this type of content? Do I really believe what this person is saying, or do I want to believe it because it
you trying to forget he exists?
Existing beliefs? The next thing, which is the most crucial to understand, is that your mind is purposefully distorting your reality in order to keep you safe from a non-existent threat.
Wait, whoa! I've been single for years and I give you excellent advice. Yeah, but you don't give egotistical advice, you know? You keep it real regardless. If you think somebody's being stupid, Kay, you will tell them, hey, you know, I love you. This is exactly how you would say it. Hey, so, you know, I love you and all, but you're being a dumbass. That's exactly what you would say. That's something 110% you would say just like that. Like, the thing is, you don't give fake advice. You don't pick sides. You call it out as you see it, which is different from just giving like a blanketed piece of advice, you know? You don't go on the internet making a relationship advice for everybody. You give it on the case by case basis, you know? That's why I've always liked talking to you, because you keep it real. Even if you don't play Warzone with me anymore, but it is what it is, right? I'm just playing, but yeah, no, I like the way you give advice because you keep it real. You don't sugarcoat anything, and you call it as you see it. And I think that's respectable. Or you hate Warzone? I love Warzone on a good day.
Intense negative experience, like getting rejected enough times, getting cheated on, abused, or manipulated happens, and we don't yet possess the ability to process that moment and heal from it, or the experience is just too overwhelming for our mind and body to find any practical escape, that experience likely turns into trauma and gets stored in our body.
Yo, shout out Robin Williams.
If that experience leaves behind a deep imprint of trauma, then almost any time you are reminded of the awful relationship experience, or you're in some sort of environment that feels like that experience, your nervous system will go into fight, flight, or fawn mode. Common physiological sensations of this include a racing heart, dilated pupils, sweaty palms, and fast, shallow breathing.
Yo, what is happening in that clip?
Your body is reliving the threat from the past that isn't even there anymore. And when you need a sort of escape from those feelings, you will unconsciously search for proof. Proof that you have a right to be afraid, which usually comes in the form of online anecdotes from other influencers projecting their traumas onto their audiences. But those responses, while completely understandable, don't have to define you forever.
Exactly.
Healing begins when you notice those reactions showing up and gently interrupting them. And that means doing the thing that you've been avoiding all along. Opening yourself up to intimacy by getting vulnerable once again.
Yep. You know, another thing too is I only offer advice when asked of me, and even then I'd be like, are you sure you want to hear this? I know that's exactly how you say it. But I do love talking about relationships with people who have a fully functioning brain. My thing is, when it comes to a lot of these people, I had a point I was gonna make. Crap, what was it? It was shoot, wait, there's something he said that gave me a point.
Completely understandable. Don't have to define you forever.
Oh, people like to play the victim, and that's not just with relationships, but that's with anything in life, right? People play the victim hard when they feel like they've been done wrong in any capacity. Somebody could have made, you know, they could have said something incorrectly to you, and they're gonna feel like they just had the worst day of their life, right? People don't understand how to take things on the chin and keep, people lack accountability. People don't know how to take things on the chin and keep it pushing, man. You know? They think everything in the world is perfect and they're owed something. That's not always the case. I say that with everybody, with every culture, with every race. There's always people that want to really just feel like they're owed something. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, if you're being stupid, I mean, you got to understand you're being stupid. You know? Well, people want to feel special. You know, like the entire world like focuses around them and their issues. All this stuff happens to everybody. You know? People lack crazy accountability. People lack crazy accountability.
Healing begins when you notice those reactions showing up and gently interrupting them. And that means doing the thing that you've been avoiding all along. Opening yourself up to intimacy by getting vulnerable once again. Just start with something small. That might mean opening up slightly more in a conversation and seeing that it goes well, or noticing when you want to pull away from someone kind and staying present just a little longer. When you start to get a bit more comfortable with those small risks and you build that proof because people are responding positively to those actions, this sends a message to your mind and body that trust can be rebuilt. Now, that's not to say you should force yourself into being vulnerable with just anybody, but when the right people come along, you can learn to meet them and open up to them without carrying every wound from the past into the room.
I agree.
And slowly, if you do this enough, your internal world will start to shift. You'll realize that being vulnerable doesn't have to be terrifying. It will put you at risk of being judged or ridiculed or rejected, yes, that's an inescapable fact. But you'll be willing to take those risks again with confidence, knowing that you can handle the price you pay, which is unavoidable, for finding true, lasting relationships that deepen over time.
You know what it is too? People go into relationships with an opinion, like right out the gate. They don't even know the person. They go right into these relationships, interacting with other people based off of things they've heard on the internet and from other folks. They go into these situations with an opinion already formed. And that's a lot of things, you know? There's a reason why a lot of people can't have good communication about things, whether it's religion, politics, relationships, people go into conversations with a fully developed opinion before they've even spoken to a person, or fully gotten to know somebody, or fully heard somebody's like side on something. Now, it's not always one-to-one like that, obviously. It's never one-to-one like that. But that's a problem that a lot of people have. They go into situations and discussions and whatever with a fully developed opinion before they've heard the person even speak or do anything or whatever. They already know what they dislike. I've gone on dates where a man asked me a question and it told me what he thought my answer was, and I was like, question marks? Yeah, like what? Like, brother, like people don't want to get to know people. They want to know if they're going to fit their exact criteria on why they should dislike them. They don't want to know if they're going to fit the criteria of why they should like them. They're going to only pay attention to the things that meet their criteria of, should I dislike this person? And now, having standards is fully acceptable. I think that's fine. But people take it to the extreme. And that's, again, with anything, with like politics, religion, relationships. People do that everywhere, bro. People do that everywhere. They have an opinion fully formed. They don't want to hear different sides of anything. And they go into relationships looking for something to dislike. I saw a TikTok recently that said people are like real big haters, like more than ever before. You go on Twitter, people are hating on everything. There was like that one girl who said she made a Twitter post about how she likes to make her husband, or it was her boyfriend, coffee and breakfast or whatever before he goes to work, and people were hating on her. She's like, or people were like, why are you doing wife duties for a guy that's not your husband? I'm like, what the my girl can't make me a cup of coffee and breakfast? I gotta spend 20K on a ring for a little breakfast? My fault. But you know, but no, for real, like, people take stuff so serious. They think everything has to be wrong, you know? There absolutely has to be perfection with everything. Like, poor Nara Smith just likes to cook for a man and people hate her for it. It's crazy. It's so crazy. You literally can't do anything for fun or love, or you can't just love the person you're doing something for. You have to meet a criteria. And that's a problem. It's an algorithm. Everything's an algorithm now. Even relationships. Relationships are algorithms. You're expecting just to hit the right thing instead of clicking on you're only expecting to watch that video with 130,000 views versus watching that video with 10 views. That's relationships. Like, people don't want to watch the smaller thing. They want to watch the bigger thing and hope it like hits their dopamine receptors in the correct way. Like, people are eager to be upset about something, and that's the craziest thing to me, man. You can't just be happy. We have to be upset about it. Oh, these people are happy and this woman likes doing things for a dude? What? But guys are terrible. Men are terrible. Clearly, every man should be terrible, just like I've been told and how I tell people. And the other way, same way, the other way around. All women are cheaters and gold diggers. What do you mean, your man? What do you mean? Like, it's a problem that I like to buy my wife nice things periodically. She's a gold digger? Brother, she ain't a gold digger. She makes more money than I do. I'm just being nice today. You feel me? Like, people are crazy, man. You know, people take stuff so serious. But that's the problem. People don't go outside. That's the other big issue. People do not, for some reason, go outside. They don't like to go outside and interact with other people. That's too scary. The internet told them that's too scary. The internet tells you, you know, you shouldn't just talk to strangers or whatever. You need to just mind your own business, interact with people. It's creepy now, you know? Like, I can't walk up to a girl and talk to her without it being creepy. Granted, there's a lot of good reasoning for that because some guys have done some really creepy things. I'm not denying that, right? But people have no social skills anymore. People are afraid of everything. People just live on the internet and just be negative all the time. Like, it's crazy, bro. When I go outside, I talk to strangers. I'll say hi to an old lady, or if a woman compliments me, like, I'm not gonna tweak and say, "Don't speak to me, I have a wife." You can have some human decency, you know. I'll say, "Thank you, I appreciate that. You look nice today too," and keep it pushing. You know, I've had women call me attractive when I'm out in the streets, but instead of either A, cheating, or B, getting upset at the person, I just appreciate the compliment and keep it pushing, man. You know, people don't know how to do that. Like, one of my best friends is a woman. I compliment her all the time, but it's platonic. It ain't nothing weird. You know? People don't know how to have good interactions with other people without making it something extreme or making sure it hits a criteria. I've been yapping for like 4 minutes. Let's keep the video going.
Or take the words of any influencer's relationship advice or any story you see online of someone getting hurt in a relationship as proof that you should give up completely. That's the unavoidable risk of opening yourself up to finding love. Relationships can and will get very messy, especially at the start when you haven't yet learned all the differences between you and your partner's beliefs and lifestyles. But do not panic here. Do not label every single difference as a red flag.
Yep.
If these differences are true to who the person is, and you know you'd still love them for it, or you can communicate through that difference and express how it makes you feel and how you can work through it, then you've found someone truly special. What I fear most is that more and more young people will lose this ability to work through the inevitable differences or disagreements as they continue to live in fear of the risks that come with
That is so true.
And if that is you, you need to understand this. You are not broken. Your body is just working the way it's designed to seek out information that confirms what you think you already know and keep you safe. But you can tinker that design to become more resilient to rejection and heartbreak, and more confident in yourself, despite the inevitable pains that will come from experiencing life to its fullest without fear. And it starts when you stop thinking all the solutions to those problems are going to come from a random 20.
This guy's eyes are beautiful. You know, I wasn't really paying attention, but he is just staring right into our soul.
25-year-old online who was in one serious relationship for a few months.
KK, you're locked in. Let's see.
Would love to hear your thoughts about this video or how you've worked through past relationship traumas or experiences in the comments, because I'm no expert or no guru. I could use some help as well. And if you like these sort of video essay videos where I talk about modern issues.
The part where he talked about having differences is not a red flag. He's so right. He's right about that, man. You're gonna have differences with anybody, somebody you meet on the street, on the internet, and in relationships. Everything is not gonna be 110% the same. If you expect somebody to meet exactly everything you like or do or view things, it ain't gonna work. It's never going to work, you know? Now, there's certain things you gotta put up with. If you genuinely think that you won't be compatible with somebody, then keep it pushing, right? But not everything is bad. She likes apples, I like oranges. Oh, okay. You know, people, like I said, people are just quick to be hostile, man.
And usually give a solution, how we can fix things, make things better at the end of those videos. Then you can check out this playlist right here. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
That was a good video. That was a very, 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 very good video. That was a really, really, really good video, man. You gotta be vulnerable in relationships, man, if you want it to succeed. Leave a like on that, man. Yo, Cole Hastings is really good content. It isn't just relationship stuff, but he just has really good videos that just talk about everything, right? Good stuff over here, man. How big tech killed culture. I kind of want to watch that. The conspiracy theory crisis. What's a good one? Why Gen Z doesn't have any hobbies. The disturbing world of gooning. The disturbing world of
January
gooning.
10th, 2025, a clip of a man pulling up to a barista in Tempe, Arizona started going viral on Instagram and Twitter. In the clip, the man is calmly asked if he's been to this drive-thru before, but what happens next is diabolical.
Hi, how are you? Good. Have you been here before?
Yeah.
Sir, you need to leave. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Call 911.
The man's name was Nautica Malone, a 27...
Was... Did bro have no pants on? What? Yo, what are we doing? I've heard of this guy.
A coffee shop where women dress semi-nude to attract more male customers. If you start to deduce this clip, you can make some assumptions about this interaction. It's obvious
it's a door.
Nautica did something like this before, or was trying to be pantless in secret around the shop because the barista already had her phone out before he even pulled up. Now, where he was doing it before is unknown. Maybe he was just chilling in a parking spot next to the shop, getting his dirty on while he watched the employees from a distance and they finally caught on. But what we do know is what tragically occurred following the event. After the clip started exploding on social media, it was reported that Malone unalived himself a couple days later, prompting the hashtag Goonacide to start.
Goonacide! Bro, Goonacide is insane. Dog. Hashtag Goonacide, one last that is crazy, bro. This is why I'm never doing anything to get put in the spotlight like this. You got me messed up if you think my last known memory is gonna be hashtag Goonacide. Oh man. And secondly, I can't really blame the coffee shop because sexy food locations have been a thing since Hooters was invented, and they've been a thing for hundreds of thousands of years, you know? But you can't just drive up to the place jorking it. Are we crazy? Like, what?
Trending on Twitter. But that is not even the worst part of all of this. The worst part is that Nautica was married with a wife and kid.
Oh,
it's
man.
never funny when someone takes their own life. Was this guy a creep? Absolutely. But no sane man who has a wife and children would ever think to commit public indecency the way Nautica did that day. And that indicates something more concerning.
Something was wrong with this guy.
While there have been instances in the past of men committing similar acts in places like Bikini Bean, this particular story sheds light on a dangerous level of hypersexuality that is quietly plaguing the minds of men who are hooked on adult content.
I can agree to that. Now, for the record, I can agree to that and also say it's not the women's fault either. I don't think it's their fault at all, you know? Because, I mean, these places are made to appeal to, you know, to us guys. But at the end of the day, an addiction is an addiction. Like, they got to get it under wraps. It's just like with doing drugs. Can't really blame the drug dealer if you wanted some crack. You're the one that wanted the crack. You get me? And that guy just so happened to have it. Same with this. You're the one that want to look at hot girls, and they just happen to have hot girls over here. But you can't just be pulling up and just stroking it like.
So let's peel back the foreskin on this internet slang.
That is crazy.
And thrust our way through the disturbing world of goon.
Come on, bro. Why are you worded like that? I do think, I will say this. I think this is a problem. There is way too much freaked out content. There's peel back the foreskin. It's crazy. There is way too much freaked out content available on a 24/7 basis. I think people are adults and they're allowed to do whatever they want, but I hate how every single app is extremely sexualized. You can't scroll Twitter, you can't scroll Instagram, you can't go, apparently Blue Sky is even worse. Every single app is freaked out. Everybody wants to show everything of themselves. There's no mysteriousness to it anymore. Everybody, if you want to just see somebody cheeks out, you just go on Twitter and it's on the For You page. There's no mystery to anything anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think people should necessarily be able to show out. Like, if people are posting, like if a girl posts herself in a swimsuit, she's allowed to showcase, like, herself at the end of the day, right? She's allowed to do that. You can't tell people no. But I hate how overly, like, freaked out everything is now. You can't literally go on anything without it being freaked out. It's the first thing that's pushed to your face, you know? It's crazy, man. I did see that the UK, they put a ban on porn websites if you're under the age of 18, but for some reason you can vote at 16, which is a whole other issue. I like that idea because a lot of this stuff is damaging to your young mind. Once you hit adulthood, you can choose to do whatever you want, right? But just like alcohol, drugs, seeing too much freaked out content at a very young age is just as bad for you. Because it sets you up for failure already. You're already ready to just say screw a relationship. I got all this internet stuff, you know?
There's a lot of misconceptions about what gooning means because most people on the internet see it as nothing more than a funny meme. If you're like me before I did research for this video, and I have no idea what wrong turn I made in my career to get to the point where I'm talking about the subject of gooning, you might have heard the word goon and thought to yourself, that's that funny word for pleasuring yourself, right? If you're UNC status, you might think I'm referring to a stupid, foolish person or thug. But neither of those definitions fully capture the essence of gooning. Gooning is an activity in which a person repeatedly pleasures themselves right before the point of climax to reach a sexual trance of pure ecstasy.
That's what it is? That's the encyclopedia definition of gooning? Okay.
Goon-lightenment, if you will.
Goon-lightenment?
Goon-lightenment, if you will. If you're on social media often, you might think this sounds a lot like gooning's right-hand man, edging. But there's a key distinction between the two. While edging is the act of pleasuring yourself to the point right before you climax, gooning is doing this so many times to the point where you purposefully put yourself in the same state that SpongeBob and Patrick found themselves in when they turned on the orb of confusion. No joke, the term edge-maxing might be the best word to describe what gooning is. The term really gained popularity in 2024 thanks to memes on social media as searches for the word gooning rose 314%.
Bro.
But the earliest known online mention of gooning as we know it predates all the way back to 2006 where the first definition was created in Urban Dictionary. Also, I love the example sentence they used here. There I was, stroking for hours, and I was into the goons so deep that a bomb could have gone off next door and I would not have noticed. How can you talk about this topic seriously when memes and sentences like that are what people think of when you hear the word gooning? But we need to start taking this seriously because this is where it starts to get really disturbing.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Itself calls into question the mental health of the people.
This is hilarious.
I mean, it literally requires you to spend hours of your day reaching a pre-climax nirvana, causing any of your brain's logical reasoning to temporarily shut off. The real reason I'm making this video will be revealed soon, but first, let's see what the extreme ends of a gooning addiction looks like. That's right, we're headed to r/goon caves. r/goon caves was a subreddit full of people taking the sexual obsession of gooning to another level. On the subreddit, users would post pictures of their goon caves, a term used to describe an entire room dedicated to gooning. The rooms usually consisted of multiple computer screens, sometimes up to 10 at once, all playing adult content at the same time. Goon simp on 6th hour of shameless pumping. Windows open so neighbors probably heard the goon grunts by now. Love the pervert baiter life. Ultimate
Are people insane? Oh man. I didn't know it was this bad. There's a whole dedicated subreddit to this? You joined at the wrong time. I joined at the right time, Aaron. The person was good, bro.
Collection update, 21 terabytes.
What?
Work trip requires a hotel goon cave. Hello, fellow gooners. First time poster, long time lurker. Had my first goon session in about 5 months last night. Felt better than ever. Up the ante with 7 screens, my most ever, a new bottle of poppers, and a type of adult content I'm not even going to consider reading out loud.
That is just filthy. That is just wrong. I hate everything about what I just saw.
This might make you chuckle initially, but when you really think about what these people are doing, it makes your stomach queasy. I made the mistake of eating yogurt while writing this section of the script, and that was just a miserable decision. 5 years after its creation, r/goon caves was banned from Reddit due to violations of its policies against non-consensual intimate media, but there are several gooning subreddits that still exist to this day. This is just the tip of the iceberg of a growing part of chronically online horny men and women who are at the mercy of adult content, and I promise you, it gets much
Oh man, this is awful.
So why am I really talking about this? Just to have a laugh? No. I'm talking about this because it highlights a growing phenomenon within our culture, leading to more and more people spending hours of their—
I didn't know irises jiggle like that. That is crazy. You see that? Irises jiggle?
day gooning, the constant desire for more stimulating adult content. Dr. K on the Healthy Gamer YouTube channel has a great in-depth video on the science of gooning, but I'm going to paraphrase what I think is the most important part of that video. You see, when you partake in gooning, you are intentionally increasing the intensity of the climax through an abnormal amount of stimulation. We can plot what this looks like on a graph, which has the threshold to climax on the y-axis,
yes,
and
of
the
course,
pleasure/stimulation on the x-axis. As you start to pleasure yourself, you are about to reach the normal threshold, but then you stop, aka you edge. If you continuously do this over hours, your threshold for climax starts to increase with it, and chasing that peak leaves you in the delirious state heavy gooners report themselves reaching. While Dr. K says the consequences are still unknown, and while that might be true solely for the act of edging a bunch of times in a row, what I think matters more is what it leads people to start searching for. If you are gooning daily and you constantly need more stimulation to reach climax or goon enlightenment, you will inevitably have to keep increasing the amount of stimulation you need to achieve that. In other words, just regular stroking to regular stuff ain't gonna cut it anymore.
Yeah.
A drug addict will have to increase their dose to feel the same effect they did when they first started taking the drug. A hardcore gooner will have to find weirder and nastier fetishes to goon to reach the level of climax that they used to be able to reach from very average adult content. I genuinely believe that this is where most people's very strange sexual fetishes are now stemming from. They are stemming from a society that gives them unlimited free access to any type of adult content that they want.
Yeah, that's so true.
Real reason I'm making this video, to bring awareness to what is causing serious mental health issues and disturbing addictions amongst not just adults, but now young children too. Hypersexuality. Almost everything within our culture is more promiscuous and sexual now. Kids are being—
That's so true. I feel like adults can kind of do what they want, but everything, like I said, everything's just in your face. There's way too much of it. There's way too much. Everything's just in your face now. And you can see it everywhere. And we know kids will be kids. They're going to find a way to see stuff they're not supposed to see. Because that's what kids do. We've all done stuff like that. It's just in your face everywhere.
Influenced by all these types of terms and memes more than you think, and with their curious minds are exposing themselves to things they should not have access to until they reach adulthood. I don't think anyone can deny that sexual education is important, and talking to kids openly about what sex is important, but it's important to discuss those things to protect children from the dangers of adult content addiction, not to expose them to it freely. Social media frequently promotes sexual content the most, which creates a feedback loop between algorithms, consumers, and creators.
I agree with that.
A creator sees that when they post more promiscuous photos, they get more engagement. Posts with more engagement get fed to more people in the algorithm. Thus, more people, specifically young kids, are getting thrown more and more sexual content than ever, while social media creators get rewarded for starting those kids' addictions early.
But this is also a prime example of why you have to monitor what your kids use or see online. Because you can blame it on the creators, but this is why I think this is why Australia banning social media unless for kids under the age of 16 is W. I think that's a great idea personally. But this is a prime example of why you have to monitor what they use, or don't give them phones and iPads at the age of 8, 9, 10. They don't need any of that. Don't give them any of that. Okay. You got to monitor what they watch because it's way too easy now.
So much of our culture now revolves around taking advantage of our lustful instincts for profit.
That's so true.
I've heard and seen from young men on the internet who have shared their stories of addictions haunts me. Took me less than 30 minutes after starting the script to find a comment from a kid who says he edges to anime adult content. And this is way more common than you think. This isn't even the bad stuff. So think about a young kid who is already into pleasuring himself to stuff like that at such a young age. If he does it frequently enough, he's eventually going to need to keep increasing the freakiness if he wants to get the same amount of pleasure he once got from anime girls. That is how gooners are created, and that's what we'll
That's
keep
how
seeing
gooners
more
are
of
created?
if young kids continue to have unrestricted access to sites like this. But why does it matter, other than the fact that it's an addiction and it takes up so much time, which are both valid reasons on their own? It matters because of the catastrophic mental consequences that come with it. The awful erectile dysfunction when faced with real-life sexual interaction. The amount of pleasure it takes to get enough serotonin and dopamine to be happy when you're addicted, which makes any other activities that should naturally be pleasurable to you miserable. The increased risk of depression, social anxiety, and isolation, and the risk of becoming someone like Nautica Malone.
Yep.
Exhibitionistic disorder, a mental health condition.
I didn't know that was a
characterized by
thing.
Recurrent non-consensual exposure of one's genitals to others is officially recognized in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual.
I'm laughing, but this is so serious. This is seriously so serious.
Mental disorders. I'm sure there's people who develop this disorder from childhood trauma or neglect, but I'm willing to bet that most people who do so because of the influence of online adult content.
Yep.
Nautica Malone is not a victim. What he did was foul, and hell, he might not even fit the definition of a gooner. But from his story, it sounds like he found himself succumbing to lust produced by the internet to the point where it completely rewired his brain and destroyed any sense of rational judgment in regards to his sexual acts.
I agree.
Look at the posts his friends and family created after hearing about his death. My big brother, the funniest guy in any room you walked in, an unforgettable pillar in my life. Literally watched you grow up. I'm beyond lost for words. 15 years you've been my brother. I keep crying because of all the memories we had together. How did a guy so loved by his community with a wife and kids ever get to the point where he would consider doing what he did? This is the end result of adult content addiction. And if you find that you are struggling with this ever-growing trend of edging and gooning, please get professional help. We need to start talking more openly and honestly about how hooked these kids are getting on some really weird shit on the internet. We need tighter restrictions around adult content, and we need to stop promoting and encouraging degeneracy by no longer engaging with those sorts of posts. Otherwise, I'm afraid there's only going to be more and more stories similar to the acts that Nautica Malone committed that day. It was recently revealed a couple days ago that Nautica had left a note for his wife just before he decided he wanted to pass away. And this is what it read. I apologize. I love you, Queen. I made a mistake and I don't think I'll be able to face you and the babies. I don't know why I drove through like that. To all my family and friends, I love you and I'm so sorry. I love my kids and family. My mental has been fucked up. I am not a monster. Please forgive me. Whoa, heavy topic by the end there. I know.
That's
but I have made videos regarding erectile dysfunction within men, which we need to be more open about, and having these types of adult content addictions. And here's one of the videos right here. If that's something you're struggling with, maybe the video will help you out. Love you guys, and stay cautious. Stay away from the lust that will pull you in.
In a way, it's like, I know a lot of people do that kind of stuff for their own careers too, but I definitely think there's way too much access available to younger audiences nowadays. You gotta watch what kids do, and I don't know. Yeah, I feel like a lot of our content, from our music to our social media, everything is so freaky now. Everything is so unbelievably freaked out. There's nothing hidden anymore. There's everything just available to you. I don't know. That was a good video. It got dark by the end. But definitely think that there's got to be a way that they can monitor that and prevent young kids from developing insane addictions to a lot of this stuff, man. It's getting rather crazy. I like this guy's videos, man. He has good insights on some stuff, and they're just really good topics. All right, I want to go make something to eat, chat. This has been a fun stream. There's apparently an old heads league match tonight. I don't know. I wish our schedule was just a little bit better for this kind of stuff. But yeah, I need to dip out for the night. This was fun stream. We are 6 hours deep, nothing crazy. Not too crazy of a stream. Wait, was music playing this whole time? Oh shit, I didn't realize that. That's because I turned it out of my ears. I actually did not realize music was still playing. Oops. Rip. But all right, I'm out of here. Have a good night, everybody. And I'll see you later. Yeesh.